Take two people. They start in the exact same place. No inherited money, no elite connections, and zero inherent advantages. Fast forward 10 years. One person is still trapped in the exact same financial vacuum. The other has built lasting, compounding wealth. Society usually points to a lucky break, a hidden rich uncle, or being in the right place at the right time. But when you look closely at self-made individuals, the math of pure chance falls apart. This diagram shows default cognitive processing patterns. Psychologists found the real difference lies in the invisible processing system inside the head. Escaping poverty demands an intentional intervention. You must actively override the brain's default wiring, rewriting the deeply ingrained loops keeping most people stagnant. Building wealth from zero requires a radical rewrite of self-identity before the external world ever begins to shift. Every dollar generated in the physical world begins as a mental concept, a specific internal vision that must be held until it manifests. As a basic rule of human psychology, your actions will eventually naturally align with your self-image. Poverty becomes a trap because it embeds itself into that identity. If you subconsciously believe that wealth is off-limits for people with your background, your brain will ensure you act in ways that prove that belief right. People who successfully escape this cycle force a preemptive identity shift. They choose to view their own capabilities differently, even while they are still waking up in a broke reality. This flowchart illustrates a closed loop where identity feeds directly into behavior. If you do not deliberately fracture this cycle with a cognitive shift, your own self-preservation instincts will sabotage your external efforts to hustle. That new mindset immediately collides with the physical world, and your brain will fight this change. By default, human neurology craves absolute predictability, safety, and immediate emotional comfort. To bridge the gap, wealth builders learn to decouple their long-term decisions from temporary reactions. They still feel fear, frustration, and embarrassment, but they don't let those feelings dictate their next move. This timeline maps a flat baseline against a volatile path of uncertainty. Taking risks requires plotting decision nodes long before rewards become visible. The average brain refuses to cross this action threshold, paralyzed until absolute certainty is established, which never happens. Wealth builders allow fear and uncertainty to exist in the background without letting those temporary emotions dictate the steady pace of their work. Eventually, the internal mental battle translates into deliberate physical action. Abstract thought ultimately has to meet and shape the raw material of the real world. This brings up the critical mechanism of delayed gratification. People who start with nothing and build wealth willingly absorb months or years of short-term discomfort to secure future freedom. But society defaults to the exact opposite. People routinely spend their scarce resources on immediate emotional relief or the mere appearance of success. True wealth builders reject status validation completely. They redirect all that wasted energy and attention into becoming highly valuable. This cascading flowchart demonstrates the physical causal chain. Relentless skill acquisition forces unique opportunities to branch out. Those opportunities then compound and convert into capital. The money itself is purely the physical byproduct of internal discipline. It is the result of choosing compounding value over temporary pleasure. When you pull back to look at the entire journey from absolute zero to financial independence, you realize the bank account is just a lagging indicator. The actual mechanics of getting rich from nothing involve systematically chiseling away your own limiting beliefs and mastering your most primal impulses. The entire journey depends on an internal identity shift, the grit to endure the unknown, and the choice to prioritize compounding value over public status. Understanding this architecture strips away the mystery. Success goes from looking like a random lottery ticket to an intentional, replicable blueprint. The external accumulation of wealth only begins the exact moment you make the deliberate decision to completely rebuild your own mind.